welcome back to another episode. Hope everybody had a happy 4th. I hope everybody was safe. I hope everybody had fun. We were supposed to stream last night and I was so busy. It was crazy. So I'm here now. And as you guys know, we have some crazy news regarding the Clone Wars. And I don't know if you guys could see behind me, but I got the bad boys back there already. Echo and Fives. We're going to get right into it, guys. But let me say hello to the chat first and foremost. Let's see who's in here real quickly before we get started. We got Babo. Babo, welcome, my friend. It's a great day when we get a Clone Wars drop. Marvel Summer, baby. Oh, my God. This is for you, Bob. This is for you.
How dare you?
That is true, though. We're supposed to be getting bombarded with Marvel stuff, and here we are, more Star Wars. I don't think that anybody's complaining, but it kind of doesn't make sense a little bit, right? Ernesto in the house, welcome. Thank you for being here. We have, let's see who else is in the house. Sorry, Ernesto, I just deleted your comment by accident. I don't know what happened. I'm driving too. We got Chadwick in the house. Black Panther, welcome. Fabs is late because of the 4th of July. Glizzy. Glizzy, this guy. Unreal. We got Thule in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Yes, guys, please, there's 9 of you guys in here. Hit that like button if you don't mind. Don't be a peasant. We got Tali in the house. Welcome. Thank you for being here, my friend. We got Leo in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. In fact, yeah, I got burnt. Look at that. Look at that. See the light? And then see the red? My arms are beat. Everything got burnt yesterday. We got Cassandra in the house. Welcome. Happy 4th. Yes, you too. Where's Bradley? Where's Bradley Peasant? Look at this guy. Looks like he just got put that kind of. Yo, it was bad. It was hot as hell yesterday. BBL Glizzy. BBL Glizzy. We got Serge. Welcome. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Brad says hi. Where is Brad? That peasant. Brad, get on your computer like a real man. We got Rob in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Doing well, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. Welcome. We got Joker J in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. And thank you guys for being here. Cassandra says he's playing Zelda. Zelda. Who plays Zelda? Zelda was from 1977. No, I'm kidding. Which Zelda, Cassandra? Tell me which Zelda, and I'll see if I approve. All right, guys. So, as mentioned, we have Fives. We have ARC Trooper Fives. Okay. So, like I said, Sideshow made Echo and Fives years ago. Like I mentioned before, let me show you for those who just came in. They're behind me. Echo and Fives by Sideshow. I'm going to pull them up on camera in a little bit. But let's get right into the Fives figure. So, right off the bat, right, another fancy looking trooper. Nothing new. We're getting a head sculpt, right? So we've gotten head sculpts with Rex. We've gotten head sculpts with Jesse. We've gotten head sculpts with Cody, which is not a clone, right? It's not part of the Clone Wars lineup. So as you can see, also right immediately from the first picture, what do you see? Right? You see rolling eyes. So this is obviously an updated figure, brand new head sculpt. What was the other thing I was going to say? The price point, right? So it's already up for pre-order at $275. Let me pull it up for you guys. So here it is already. We have Fives. Here it is, $275. And then obviously, just real quickly before we continue, we got Echo. also at 275. So shout out to Rudy. I was talking to Rudy this morning, and obviously he doesn't collect. So he says, oh, 275 for a trooper. And of course, I had to immediately tell him, don't be a peasant. It's a head sculpt. Okay. The trooper comes with the clone trooper comes with a head sculpt. So obviously that's going to increase the price. Also, the fact that now it has a rolling eyes function on the head sculpts, right? On both. So obviously, that's going to increase the price as well. But getting into the actual figure, as you can see, nothing crazy. A lot of, a lot of differences compared to, as you can see, they all have to be different. They all have to be, what do you call it? Distinguished in a specific way. So as you can see, everybody has a pauldron. Everybody's pauldron is different. Everybody looks different, even though, they're very, very similar. They all have their own little style. They all have their own specific look. So great looking figure. So here is what's his name again? Tamora Morrison. You could see him right there. Very, very good. So like I said, this is my fives. This is the fives. I'm going to show you guys my fives figure. Oh shit. Let me see. So as you can see, I'm going to take the base off. There we go. So I'm going to show you guys real quickly what he looks like by Sideshow. So as you can see, there's a tattoo on the forehead. Let me zoom in so you guys can see better. There it is. So as you can see, there's the head sculpt. You can see the scar on the forehead, right? We didn't get a scar for the Hot Toys one, but look how great that looks still to this day. Obviously, you don't really see Tamora Morrison there at all. I don't think on Sideshow's head sculpts you really did anyway, right? They all had their own specific looks. But as you can see, great figure. Obviously, these bodies, and still they still hold up very well. But these bodies are very clunky. They're very, in these panels. But as you can see, very basic. Here is the shoulder. I don't know if we're getting that design with the Hot Toys one. I didn't even get that far yet. Also, if you notice, no pauldron here at all, right? So I don't know which version this is supposed to be, but it looks incredible. Here's a head sculpt again. Let me focus so you guys get a better look. Hold on. There we go. There we go. See? So really nice, really nice figure. Again, very basic. This is Sideshow. The bodies are blah. The likenesses are blah. They were never great anyway. So it's not these figures were not about likeness at the time, at least. Unlike now that if you notice, Sideshow's getting more into likenesses. Look at Beetlejuice. Look at I forget what the other figure was that they made. The Crow, I believe. So they're getting better with the likeness stuff. Let me see what you guys are saying real quickly before we continue. Let me see. TOK. The something. Look at this guy, Chris in the house. Member for 4 months. My friend. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. I know you're in the UK eating the bangers and mashed all day. Hello, everybody. Hello, Fabs. Yes, look at that. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you being here as always and being a channel member. Guys, if you haven't thought about being a channel member, please do so. Let's see who else is here. 4, 5, 6. We got Anthony in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Let's see who else is here. We got Nefty. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Why did they go light blue? I have no idea. I wouldn't know what they're supposed to look like. I wouldn't know, you know what I mean? So I haven't watched the Clone Wars, so I don't know anything about these guys. But the one big difference is that I noticed between the Sideshow one and the Hot Toys ones, besides obviously the likeness, the pauldrons, right? There was no pauldrons on this guy from Sideshow, so I don't know if this was supposed to be a different version, a different look, a different time of Echo and Fives. So I don't know. Sorry, that wasn't a super chat, by the way. It was a fake. It was a fake super chat. Oh my god, this guy. I see repaints and reused armor. Absolutely. It'll never stop. We know that already. You guys know this, and it'll never stop. Nobody's got, not nobody. Hot Toys is not going to, remake new stuff for no reason. There's absolutely no need for it. We got Big Dog in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. We got Nathan. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here as well. Definitely getting these. Yeah, people started pre-ordering them immediately. Both of them. I know Leo did immediately. He got both of them, $275 a pop. So obviously I got to get these. I'm not going to get them. I'm not going to pre-order them right away, but I'm going to pre-order them because I can tell you, I've been noticing that on toysforkiddles.com, especially the Star Wars figures have been very, very pricey over there. As soon as they come out, it's usually, $50 to $70 to $80 more than Sideshow, if not more than that sometimes, obviously depending. And some Marvel too. So I'm not immediately pre-ordering from Sideshow, obviously depending on what it is. If it's Marvel, I'll wait. But obviously, like I said, Star Wars is getting tricky overseas. So I have to order, like I said, I have to pre-order. I'm not pre-ordering right away, but I will pre-order because obviously this will give me a cheaper price compared to overseas. And obviously the flexibility of doing the payment plan if I need to. Also, guys, for those who don't know, there is, which I've been using also sometimes, is an option on PayPal. There's an option on PayPal that it's called paying for, right? So you'll order your item and you'll choose that option. And what happens is you'll have to make the first payment when you place the order, and then you'll have 3 payments left. So paying 4 payments. And so it's very convenient. The only thing is that instead of being like Sideshow where you do a monthly payment, right? So you'll split it on how with depending on however many payments you want to make, right? So let's say a figure is $200, you want to make 4 $50 payments. So that each $50 payment will be every month. So July 1st, August 1st, September 1st. So that's how that works. On paying for, it's not a month, it's every 2 weeks. So you'll make the first payment, then 2 weeks later, the second payment, 2 weeks later, the third payment, 2 weeks later, the fourth payment. There's no postponing it. There's no I'll pay later, which is what Sideshow allows you to do, right? You can postpone the payment as much as you want. Obviously, there is a limit when the figure comes out, right? They don't let you just keep postponing because obviously you got to pay it. But that is also, something for convenience for you guys if you guys want to buy and use PayPal. We got Barry in the house. Welcome. Nice to see you. 100% repaint and armor use, but we doing care because they're awesome. Yeah, exactly. If you are a fan of Clone Wars, if you are a fan of Star Wars, and again, specifically clones, you're not going to complain about this. You're not going to find anything wrong with this. It's a no-brainer and common sense and very obvious that anything clone related, even if it's a complete black clone, like the what was that yellow one? My God, what was the name? I forgot the name already. The black and yellow one. That one was also a reused of everything. Just obviously it wasn't painted white and light blue. It was painted black and yellow, right? So it'll always be reused panels. It'll always be most likely the same exact bodies. And the under outfit, right? The under what's that called? It's like that black outfit that they put under the panels. So it'll always be the same exact material. It'll always be the same exact stuff. This is what I'm talking about. Let me pull it up. So this material here will always be used for every single clone. Even Sideshow clones have the same exact material under the panels. So it's clearly something that's working. It's clearly something that works and looks best, or else they would have changed it by now. They would have given it a different look, a different material. So as you can see, they're not going anywhere with that. But again, very basic figure, very, very nice looking figure. Obviously, let me go back to this specific picture here. This is how badass they're going to look when you get them all, right? Who's not going to want to get this look? Beautiful, very classy, and there's all 5 of them. So here we got a different type of weapon. Obviously, some clones have had this weapon with them as an accessory already, but it's a different than what we usually get. Here's your regular rifle blaster. But again, beautiful, beautiful figure. Can't really. I would obviously display with the head sculpt. I would not get Echo. Same reason why I'm doing him. With this one, with the Sideshow ones, the head sculpts are very, and again, Sideshow head sculpts are nothing compared to Hot Toys, period. But to me, what gives the figure character and gives it, life is the head sculpt. Having a figure, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having your figure helmeted, but if you have if I get a figure with a head sculpt and a helmet, obviously either it's going to be displayed with the head sculpt, right? Because that's why we collect Hot Toys, for the head sculpt. Obviously, again, there are people who are different and don't care for the head sculpt, right? It's not the norm in the Hot Toys collecting world. It's not the norm that people buy a Hot Toys for the helmet, period. It's just not the norm. Yes, it happens often. Yes, people like to display their helmets because it's the more iconic look, understandable, but people buy Hot Toys for the head sculpt. If Hot Toys had nothing to do with likeness, Hot Toys would just be a standard toy company, giving us everything else, the same exact thing that every other company gives us. So it would be nothing different, right? So the head sculpts are what make Hot Toys what they are and who they are. So that's why I always display the head sculpt. But if you're a clone purist, right? If you're a clone a fan, a hardcore clone fan, you're obviously going to want the Stormtrooper look and the helmet on. So William, welcome. He played with my feelings this morning.
Well, I can't stay long, but I'm here for Star Wars.
Oh, I was hoping you'd be here for Star Wars, because your name is usually I'm only here for Star Wars. So, so William, let's get your take on these bad boys. So we are obviously on 5s right now. So tell us what you think. Tell us how you feel about the clones. Are you going to pre-order, or are you going to wait to get them for $60 each when they come out? What do you say? What do you say?
I'm going to pre-order them.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, not today, but
Sideshow?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Just to have them, I like the way they look. People are complaining that it's not screen accurate, but
what's not screen accurate?
What's that?
What's not screen accurate? Because I don't know. I don't watch the show.
The shape of the helmet, the chin piece, the shape of the visor. But it's accurate to the other Rex that they've done and everything else, where everyone keeps saying that they're not accurate. The 501st ones aren't accurate. There's like little pieces that should be tweaked just a smidge, but they're accurate to each other, which means that they're going to be the same style. And when you have a mix of live action and cartoon and, animated and comic book all mixed together, at least they're being consistent with themselves. Because it's like, oh, it's not what it looks like. Well, every time we see it, it's different.
Right. So you're saying that because Hot Toys specifically is reusing the same helmets, that's why they all look the same. But they're not supposed to be exactly the same, right? They're supposed to be slightly different.
Well, it just depends. Like, this is obviously from the Clone Wars cartoon.
Right.
That style of animation is very different than, live action. But it's just saying, even like converting this from the cartoon to the live action or to, toys, is just little pieces of stuff, like little like marks and stuff aren't quite what they look like on the show. But it's, if you look at this, you could tell it's an ARC Trooper. If you look at it, you can tell it's 5's color scheme. Same thing with Echo. It's people just want to cry about it, where they were crying that the secondary market for Sideshow and 5s from the Sideshow figures were, crazy expensive. But then now you get this chance because they're up for pre-order for $275 each. That, you know, oh well, now it's like, okay, well then go spend, you know,
Right.
double triple the amount on
On the
10-year-old
sideshow.
figures that the bodies barely stand,
Right.
and, you know, cry about it, or have somebody 3D print you one and paint it yourself, or pay somebody else to paint it and see which one's, you know, more cost effective.
So, question for you. So, you're saying that the sideshow helmets are more. So, this is another thing. So, as you can see, what is this? This is a phase 2, correct?
It's parts of phase 2 with parts of in between. With clone stuff, it's weird
So,
because you have phase 1 and you have phase 2, but then you have also what's considered like transition stuff, like almost phase 1.5.
gotcha. So, the reason I'm asking is because I just noticed this. So, these are again sideshow, and this is what came with the obviously the fives, right? This is fives phase 1 helmet.
Oh yeah.
So what? So is this part of the show? Is it what is this from? Since obviously we're
It's
getting
from the cartoon, when Echo and Fives were they first showed up as shinies, meaning, you know, no, they're just brand new clones that were on this planet. It was attacked by the Separatists. They were pretty much the only survivors of the attack, and Rex liked how they did their, you know, how they handled themselves, and so he brought them into the 501st, and as they you know, earned higher prestige and whatnot, they were promoted to ARC troopers, which is different from the old expanded universe lore where ARC troopers were bred specifically to be, you know, Billy Badass, where they were trained by Django to be, you know, one man little crazies. And in the cartoon, it became, oh, well, we can promote you to be an ARC trooper. And it was like, okay, well, that's a little different. But it just showed that they had proved themselves and that they were capable soldiers. And so they were given the rank of ARC, you know, which is advanced reconnaissance clone, because they go out and do things solo or duo. And then they started wearing the phase 2 style, this with the ARC helmet with the rangefinder, the Kama, which is the Mandalorian hunting skirt that goes around your legs. It's supposed to protect you from predators and stuff, but
so
you
you
know,
did see so you do see phase 1 and phase 2 at some point
in the cartoon, yes.
in the cartoon. Gotcha. So then why do you personally think that the sideshow ones are so expensive when they're, you know, they're going to be nowhere near this, and they're obviously very, very old? What is it about those old sideshow figures that obviously, you know, besides the fact that they're very old, besides the fact that, you know, there weren't many made at the time, what do you think it is that still makes them so valuable? Is it the appearance of what they look like? Is it, you know, because they're never going to be made that way again? Like I said, I don't know if you guys noticed, but they don't have pauldron. So is it the complete different look?
Well, it's Sideshow made phase 1 and phase 2
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I only got the phase
fives,
1.
and
Gotcha. Okay. No, I
yeah,
only
because
have.
like the phase 1 and phase 2 fives was, or the phase 1 fives and Echo was a 2-pack, I do believe.
Yes.
And then the ARC Trooper versions were individual. And
Mm.
so the ARC Trooper ones have been going for crazy amounts. The
Oh,
individual
okay. Yeah.
figures,
I don't have those. I don't have
yeah,
those.
those were like 500 to 800 each on average. And right now, everyone's posting them in the groups, trying to get 500 each. You know, hoping that you know, people are gonna bite. But then it's like, you know, they were so expensive because it was your only option. And you know, like when you want to army build, you know, you have these individual named clones where you have one of them and, you know, 10 501st dudes behind them. And you know, when it was your only option to have them, and so it's like you pay the money for the sideshow ones if you weren't lucky enough to get them back in the day, because, you know, the cartoon itself, you know, it wasn't the most popular thing. It was fairly popular, but with the resurgence of Star Wars support, and Dave Filoni did season 7 on Disney Plus, you know, those stories, the Siege of Mandalore and everything else, re-kickstarted all of the love for the cartoon. And so then you brought in a whole new audience that were like, this is great. And then you have this whole new fan base of Hot Toys collectors or 1/6 scale collectors that are like, they Google these people that they like, and they see on eBay, these sideshow figures going for like $900 or on sale for 900. Not that they're selling for 900,
Right.
and it's like, oh, I really love this character from the show, and then it's like, yep, and this is your only option to get it, was back then.
Right.
And
Now,
you
do you
see,
think? Do you think? No, I was gonna say. Do you think that now because the sideshow ones, so you have sideshow phase 1, phase 2, and now you said these Hot Toys ones are what 1.5 or are they 2?
they're basically like 1.5, 1.75. They're basically 2. It's just that they have some parts that shouldn't be there on a phase 2. That's getting nitpicky.
So
But
now, do you think somebody who has the phase 2 sideshow ones, and is a big fan, you think it's necessary to get these as well? Probably, right? Because they're going to be different.
I think it would, because of the Tamora Morrison styled head sculpt.
Yep.
The sideshow heads, the unhelmeted head sculpts, they're all based off of the cartoon one. And
Very generic looking.
yeah,
Because they all look likely the same.
That's how they animated it. They're clones.
No, that's what I'm saying. They look very
just like looking at the Bad Batch head sculpts. It's like
right.
All of those, like you can see Tamora Morrison in them.
In all of them. Yeah.
But they also have a slightly animated feel to it, just because.
Correct.
And then same thing with Fives and Echo. These head sculpts, they look like Tamora Morrison in the animated style, as opposed to the straight cartoon style that they did for the sideshow ones, because they made it based off of the cartoon, and you don't have to. It's easy to animate when everything looks the same, and you just change the hair and some tattoos and stuff every now and again, where you have those digital files saved and whatnot, and so it's more cost effective.
Now, Bobby says, hopefully we get a Clone Wars Cody eventually. So, how many ARC troopers are left, if you know the exact amount, or if there's like an infinite amount? I don't know. And how much further in time do you think we have to wait to get Cody? Because obviously Cody's coming 100%. There is no way that they're making all these guys and not Cody. So it's just a matter of time. So what do you think about that?
Well, we just made Chrome Clody.
Well, right, but I'm saying it's gonna be head sculpt just like everybody else. So.
Yeah. There's no real set number of ARC troopers, like named ARC troopers wise. These, like, besides, because you had like Fox, Captain Fox and stuff like that, where it's like they're not quite ARC troopers, but they do have distinct looking armor. But it's name wise, there's not that many that actually had names.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
It's, because it was always just every now and again they would throw out a name to somebody, and like Jesse or Vaughn and stuff like that, but that was just more throwaways, and then they were only in a couple episodes and they've already made figures of them.
Right. Now, question for you real quick. I just realized something. The picture where they're all together. One of these, I forget which one it is. I want to say, is it this one? Which one was the one that came with the bark speeder?
It didn't have a rangefinder on it. It was either the one on the left or the one on the right. But
so you're saying this one or this one?
Yeah.
So Echo and Fives are these two.
Yep.
That's where I was confused. I was like, why does it look like one of them came with the bark speeder? And I was like, which one? I just didn't bother looking for it. But that makes sense. Now question, the accessories. How do you feel about the accessories? Do you think everything's good? Is it missing anything? Would you like anything different?
No, it's got, the standard clone setup. The rocket launcher's a nice little touch. They have their pistols that go in their side holsters, right? Is that
the Rex pistols?
Yep. In there?
Yep, right here.
He has that nice little binoculars.
This one, right?
The rangefinder thing. That's a nice little.
That's cool. That's different. Somebody else came with that though. No. Like a smaller one.
I know the droid came with one.
I think that's what it is. The droid. Yep. You're right.
Because I have him in there being attacked by Cody right now.
This guy, no mercy. How do you feel about the rolling eye system, or rolling eye, ball system? because it looks like this is the very first time we're getting this in a clone trooper head sculpt. Obviously, we've gotten head sculpt troopers before. Like I said, Jesse. We've gotten Rex. We've gotten what was the other head sculpt clone that we got?
Cody from back in the.
Well, no, but that was like movie. That was a movie though.
Oh, you mean?
You're not talking about like from the show, the Clone Wars show.
Yeah, Jesse and Rex, and
that's it.
I think so.
Yeah. So none of those two, right? Neither of those two have the rolling eyeballs on the head sculpt. So, William, how do you feel about the eyes, the rolling eyes in the head sculpt? Do you think it's necessary? Do you think they're just adding it to give us more value, to be able to charge us more, to make the figures obviously updated and better? Or do you think it's just going to be a one-time thing and done? Or do you think, obviously, when Cody comes out, which I assume wants to make Cody, and I think if they're doing this with these clones now with the rolling eyes, I think going forward it may be a new thing with all of them, obviously depending on how many are left. But I can guarantee you Cody will have the rolling eye system 100% because he is, I believe, if not more popular, just as popular as Echo and Fives. And for them to get this treatment, right, the special treatment with the rolling eyeball system, why wouldn't Cody? So what do you think about that?
I don't think it's special treatment anymore. I think it's the new standard for Hot Toys where
you expect other clones from as of today.
I think every toy going forward that has eyeballs, whether it be Star Wars or not Star Wars, is going to have rolling eyeballs. And if they don't, then you're going to have the fan base saying, why are we going backwards when every figure now has the separate rolling eyeballs as like the standard?
The standard, right?
Because when you have, competing against the other companies that are all going to have rolling eyeballs, if you go back and make one figure that doesn't have rolling eyeballs, then it's going to be like, why aren't we doing what we were already doing and the other companies are still doing? Because, like if you reuse a head sculpt and it doesn't have rolling eyeballs, they're going to be like, well, why do I want this? It doesn't have the rolling eyeballs that every other figure now has. Yeah, phase 1.5.
Brad, welcome, Brad, you peasant. How's Zelda? This guy, unbelievable. Now we here, guys, we got Echo up on the screen. So I personally see more Tamora Morrison here. This looks more to me like Boba Fett, right? You see more of him here. You see the nose more prominent, it stands out more, right, to me. As you can see, the Echo has the palm on the chest. Just like the sideshow. I'm going to pull up the sideshow real quickly to show you guys what it looks like. So again, very basic, very old figure. So here is, again, no pauldron, as you can see. He's got a head sculpt with an expression, an angry expression. As you can see, his mouth is slightly open. Look at that. Beautiful. Again, no Tamora Morrison likeness in there whatsoever. But look at the outfit, very basic, very, very basic. Remember, this is a phase 1. I'm going to show you guys the helmet in a second. So as you can see, there's nothing special, a lot of weathering, a lot of battle damage stuff, nothing like broken, nothing too battle damage, but just, again, very, very basic. As you can see, the same suit they use for Hot Toys, they use for Sideshow. That black undersuit, that unitard looking thing. And let me show you guys the helmet real quickly, just so you guys could see it. This is the Echo helmet right here. Again, phase 1. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Look at that bullet hole there. Just beautiful, beautiful. Again, very, very basic. I would never display this over the head sculpt. But like I said, people do, just to get that beautiful look that you saw in that picture. Hold on. In the picture with all of them together. This one right here, right? So this is why, I would understand someone displaying them with the head sculpt. Like I said, not all of them have a head sculpt. So I think it would look funky to have some with head sculpt, some with not. So I think that's why this looks amazing. William, let's go back to the main picture. So tell us what you think about the figure overall. What do you think is special about it, if anything? And what do you think makes it stand out from Echo, from Fives?
It's if you didn't know anything about the characters, then you're not going to really see a difference. They have slightly just equipment in different places, different slightly different colors. Not the one has the handprint on them, the other one doesn't. Which, if you remember the hand, that do you know what the handprint came from?
No, not at all. I was actually going to ask you what that means.
On their original episode, when they were not in the 501st and everyone else was getting killed, one of the guys, when he was dying, put his hand on him, and it
so that's
left
supposed to
like
be
a blood handprint. How Finn had like the blood smeared across his helmet.
I figured it was something like that, but I didn't know.
It happened first on the Clone Wars cartoon before it happened to Finn in Force Awakens.
Gotcha.
And so then he kept painting it onto his new armor in remembrance of his brother who died on that planet when they were attacked by the commando droids.
Gotcha. So the blue that we're looking at is just him having painted.
It's him painting it as like in memorial.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. No, I figured it was something like that, but I was like, in blue, I was like, that doesn't make sense if it's blood. So you're saying that they took the Finn, that Finn look out of this?
Well, it's a very common thing in war movies and stuff that the buddy with the blood on his hand, is touching you when he dies and it smears. But on the cartoon, it just left like pretty much a handprint, where he was like, and then died. And,
right.
So not saying that the Finn thing ripped this off specifically, because it wasn't really a friend dying for Finn. It was just somebody dying, and it kind of fucked him up. Sorry. Kind of messed him up, like PTSD wise, where it's like, seeing anybody get messed up in combat is a pretty traumatic thing, even if they're not your friend. Just seeing anybody it sticks with you.
Very traumatic, but I feel like they use that as a somebody died, let's make this like a big deal. So he uses that as fuel for his emotions, and fuel for anger, and fuel for revenge. I think that's why they always use that in movies.
Yeah.
We got Patrick in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Nice to see you live for one.
But I actually need to hop back off here because I'm actually working from home. So I have
all right, go ahead. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'll see you later. So, Patrick, thank you for stopping by, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day, too. And, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's 24 of you guys in here, and thank you guys for being here. We got Harold in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome, Fabs. Didn't know that. What? No, guys, I haven't watched. Like I said, I watched, I think, 3 episodes of the Clone Wars, and I was like, I can't. Tuli says those sideshow figures, bodies. Yeah, no, absolutely. But that's what it was. And, to this day, still very, very good. My bodies, right? Still very good. They're not loose. They're not flimsy. Look at that. They still stay. The articulation's there. So, again, I don't mess with my figures. I don't constantly pose them. I don't constantly keep bending them to the limit. So that's why they're good. But obviously, compared to anything updated at this point, is all garbage. Paul, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Brad, unbelievable. Let's see what you guys are saying. Real. Harold says ARC Trooper Colt and Havoc are a couple they could. Okay, so see there are Apple. Yes, Apple is the one. Apple is the one that I was thinking about. So it looks like there can be a ton more. Obviously, like William said, not all of them had names, but you guys would know more of who is potentially coming soon. And like I said, Cody is inevitable. He's coming 100%, period, right? And he's most likely going to look like this, more like this than Fives. Obviously, Fives has the scar here, the tattoo here. Cody doesn't have that, and Cody has more of a Tamora Morrison likeness than Fives does. Cassandra says it seems Star Wars is milking them. Well, think about this. A lot of people are wondering, what happened to Marvel? What happened to the 85 years of Marvel? Blah blah blah. Well, I can tell you this: that's coming, and I think it's going to be a lot. But I think what's happening is, because of what happened with Disney, and they weren't making a lot of shows, and they had stopped because of the when they were protesting, the whole AI thing, and people not getting paid enough, and people's likeness being stolen with the AI technology and all that stuff. During that time, a lot of shows stopped filming. A lot of shows were canceled from filming. So we talked about this, that it was going to affect the Marvel figures being made. And as you see, it's happening. We're not getting as much Marvel at all. Star Wars has taken over what Hot Toys has been making for months. Okay, months. So for May, the entire month of May was what? All Star Wars. June, we still got Star Wars. We're in July, getting Star Wars. So Star Wars, I feel Marvel is being released, right? Everything Marvel is being released, but pre-orders is going to be, it looks like it's being all Star Wars all the time. So what does that say? Maybe there's going to be a shift in the market regarding Star Wars, meaning that because of the Marvel issue that happened, right, that's going to throw off the production of Hot Toys. Therefore, Star Wars didn't have that problem. Star Wars, with Clone Wars, with all of the previous movies, they could pump out, character after character. Can they do the same for Marvel? Absolutely. But it looks like it's a different story with Marvel. That's why they're just keep pumping out new things with Star Wars. Harold says, oh no, I read that already. When you have to ask, they're all too, yeah, well, that's the thing. It's the same exact thing, just slightly different, to give each character their own look, their own personal style. So they're not exactly all the same as your standard, 501st clone. You know what I mean? They all look exactly the same because they're just standard troopers. And ARC troopers are supposed to be a little bit higher above them, I'm assuming, right? And so that's why they should look different. And that's why I feel like the difference between the pauldrons on here and the phase ones are completely different. Obviously, they've upgraded. They've been promoted when they get fancier looking. So it makes sense, right? Oh, we got Chris in the house. Welcome, my friend. I see them all the same. Exactly. And that's what happens. If you don't really care for the clones, if you don't really, if you're not really a fan of them, that's all you're going to see. You're going to be like, oh, they all look exactly the same. Obviously slightly different, but you could easily justify that they look exactly the same, which is what it's supposed to be. Let's see. Yes, guys, hit that like button, please, if you don't mind. Thank you for Unitard. Unbelievable. Ernesto, welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I am unbanned. I'm banned. What the hell? Brother Fabs. Yes, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping your game to hang out with us. I appreciate it. That's Apple on the far right. Yep. The Apple with the bark speeder. Give us the bloody handprint for this guy. William, if you find Apple for if you find Apple for 200, let me know. I was silent for the past 43 minutes. Here comes. Oh, that was weird. I didn't know. I didn't notice. Harold says no. It was Rex put the blood from the worm they killed, and Rex put. Oh, I thought it was. All right, so it looks like William is wrong. We're gonna have to Harold. Next stream that William's on, I'm going to bring this up, and we have to have a debate on this because I think he's got the comic books for it. We got. Oh my God, where's Mike, the real guest? Oh my God, don't be a peasant. Don't be a peasant. Now that coach is going, let's talk about some comic. Exactly. And that's just says 5 and Echo are cool. A 10 in my notebook, and Joker J knows my notes are very precise. Oh my God, you guys are on fire. William left before I could correct him. I know. I got to bring this up again. Just you wait. Debate 101. Too many damn. That's another thing, guys. So obviously, it looks like we could have things from the Clone Wars for years and years and years to come. It feels like, at least for me. For somebody who's not into the show, for somebody who hasn't watched the show, it looks like this is going to be a never-ending thing, right? Because there's so many different types, different styles, different looks, different colors, right? So I don't see this ending anytime soon. I don't know if I'm going to stop at any point, right? Because it's like, how can you stop now? You know what I mean? You already got pretty much all the original ones, all the first ones, right? It's like, oh man, like, should I let these go? Like, I would never, right? But I can tell you, some people are questioning that right now. Period. It's like, where am I going? Is my collection going to be all, all Clone Wars? Who knows? So that's where I'm at right now. Obviously I have to get them, right? Because how would I be able to complete the look of the 5 without these two? I'm going to put the picture up again because they both have the same picture. Here it is. So look how badass this looks. Again, even if you're not a fan, right? Even if you haven't watched the show, you see this, you're like, my God, this is gorgeous. So this is what's appealing for people. This is what makes people buy these things. This is why people love collecting. Especially the Star Wars stuff. You have people, for example, what's his name? We got TK421, strictly Star Wars. And so as a Star Wars collector, when you see announcements like these, of course it's exciting. Of course you're going to want to buy immediately, because if that's your thing, why wouldn't you? And the fact that they look incredible makes it that much easier for you to be like, I'm all in with these two. So it's happening. It's happening 100%. Let's get those Star Wars details wrong, so Will comes back and yells at us. Oh man. Fab doesn't know his clones. Do you even collect peasant? Oh my God, Black Panther, this is for you.
How dare you?
Oh my God. Let's see who else is in this clones. Looks like this guy. Fab doesn't like Star Wars. He's a Marvel. Yes, no, you're 100%. My first are Marvel, DC, then Star Wars. Harold says, if you don't care about them, they look the same. But if you're exact, thank you. And that's how people are able to appreciate each one separately. To me, that's a great point, Harold. To me, they're just troopers, right? They're just characters from a show. That's it. Yes, they're very cool. They're very similar while being different, right? They all have different things on them, different designs, different paints, different tones, different scuffing, different damaging, right? So they all have their own character. They all have their own personality. And if you know the show, you know exactly what they're all about individually. So therefore, you get to appreciate them more. You get to feel that you're closer now to the character because you have the actual figure in hand. So it's very important to a lot of people, and I talk about this all the time. I'm not one of those people who needs to be attached to a character, to needs to watch a movie, to buy something, to have to understand what the character is about, to feel some type of connection or attachment to it for me to decide to buy anything. Absolutely not. Obviously, there are people out there who need that. Nothing wrong with that. People need that attachment. People need that connection. Perfectly fine. I don't. Like I tell you guys all the time, I'm a Hot Toys collector first and foremost. What they make is what I like. It's not about, obviously, specifically who the character is or what the character is. Obviously, they make a lot of very, very mainstream characters. You got your Captain America, your Spider-Man, your right things that we grew up with. So obviously, those are no-brainer. But being the fact that it's the best company out there making 1/6 scale figures, that's why I'm all in on whatever they make. Obviously, there are some things that I'm not into, which I don't get. But most of the stuff at this point is most of the stuff. Before it was everything, right? Just because I love their work. We got the Thor in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Nice to see you. It's a bit racist to say it's a bit racist. Unbelievable. Says the colonizer. Guys, you know who didn't celebrate 4th of July yesterday? This guy. You know why? Because he tried to colonize us. He's the true colonizer right here. This is why he has to be, bringing up the racism in the community, because he's part of the LGBTQ. Imagine, TK. Oh, Chris. Rudy in the house. Oh my God, this guy, guys. So, like I told you, for those who weren't here before, Rudy, and obviously we know Rudy as the third party peasant. He says to me, he tried it. Okay, guys, he tried it. He tried to put down. Okay, listen to this. Be very attentive to what I'm about to say. He had the nerve, okay, to message me and complain, try to put down the price of these clones at two. He goes, "Ooh, $275 for a clone. I don't know. That's kind of pricey." Try to put me down. But when I talk about his 108 toys, his infamous toys, his ADD toys, that's what I like. That's what I love. But when I said, "Oh, the clones are great," he said, "Oh, too expensive." Don't you ever, Rudy, don't you ever try to put down the price of my collectibles. Rudy, you third-party peasant. Yeah, guys, he tried it. Imagine he tried it. Unreal. Ticket for he's racist against Hawaiians. Hawaiians. Oh my god. Just ask Brad about comics. I only ask Brad about comics and in art. Oh man, I literally just watched episode a few days ago. Oh, there you go. That's why you're so up to date. Fabs has the leaky boot. I don't know. It's probably still leaking right now. I cleaned it, but it's probably still, because those things, once they leak, it'll never stop. That figure, I could bury it underground and it'll still be leaking. That's how crazy that stuff is. Black Panther says Fab's the clone sis. Unbelievable. And he put the glizzy on. Unreal, this guy. Fabs should hang out the next. Unbelievable. Hang out, this guy. Oh my god. Wanna hang out. Unbelievable. You guys are nuts. You guys are crazy. Chris, oh my god. Unbelievable. Yeah, guys. Rudy tried it. The Pfizer peasant. No, that's Luch. Ah, man. Luch. Rudy and oh my god.
How dare you?
Brad, you peasant. Price shame in aisle. Exactly. Price shame. He tried it, guys. Rudy tried it. Just wait. He just opened up a can of worms, okay? Like before, obviously, you guys know, I would jokingly, mess with him with the third-party stuff that he gets. But now, after he tried to be disrespectful, okay, he tried to come for my hobby now, okay? I went after his as a joke. He tried to come for me with the price, okay? Which is, obviously, everybody knows in the Hot Toys world, price is not a discussion. We don't talk about price because they're the golden child of collecting, okay? They make the best of the best of the best, right? So we never complain about Hot Toys prices. But this guy tried to throw it in my face like a peasant. Would I want these cheaper? Yes. Oh, no, absolutely. And I understand, for $275, again, for a clone is not cheap. It's not, it's not something that should be the standard price. I understand how it goes from $220, right, to $275. I'm going to assume that it's the head sculpt. I'm going to assume that it's the updated stuff, right? The boots, they're showing you the boots, right? I can guarantee you. I mean, I don't know. I'm just going to assume at the moment. I obviously have all the other ones. I could easily go look. But I'm going to assume that this is this right here, mildly different, right? That this is why they're showing you. Also, this design here is different. So I feel like anything that they show you that's different is an update. It's something that's going to give that character their specific look, right? So this is why you look at the different tones of blue, right? Rex is completely that dark blue, that navy blue. This has a lighter blue to it added, right? Look at the skirts. He's got the white skirts instead of black skirts, right? So again, they're all different, but very, very similar. That's why it's good for people who love them, because they know, again, going back to Harold, he knows exactly what each one is about, and that's why they're special to somebody like Harold, right? He knows the backstory. He knows what they are. So I understand that. Black Panther says, I'm ready for some Hot Toys figures from the Acolyte. From the Acolyte. You guys are crazy. Rudy, don't let that much. Oh my god. Come here, aka Kylo Riz. Oh my god, unbelievable. But yeah, guys, as you can see, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This, like I said, this looks more like the Morrison than any other one. Which they're supposed to, right? They're supposed to have that likeness of him. Look at him with the same pistols that Fives came with, right? The Rex pistols. Let me see if he comes with both. I believe he does. Yeah, he does have both. So again, very, very similar to Rex. Obviously, minor changes. So here is Rex again. As you can see, he's got a black skirt. Where is Echo and Fives? So here's this is Fives. This is no Echo, my bad. This is Echo, and this is where's Fives? This is Fives. Here we go. So as you can see, different skirt, different look to the skirt, different color to the skirt, different paint to the skirt, different different belts, right? The pauldron completely different, right? So again, here it is. Look at my last comment, Fabs. Which one? Let me see. Also, I verified episode to make sure I was right. So, oh my god, this guy, unbelievable. Yeah, so we gotta get William to defend himself. But yeah, guys, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like I said, I'm gonna order on Sideshow. Eventually, not anytime soon. I'm gonna hopefully get some coupon codes if I can, especially hopefully within the next couple days, because the thanks codes will not work after 2 days of the announcement. So hopefully if I get one, we'll see. If not, then obviously I'm going to just have to suck it up and buy them, put them on a payment plan, and that's it, because obviously you have to get both. And the fact that they're announced at the same time, I'm going to make sure it looks like April 2025 to September 2025. So that is Echo. And let's see what the release date is supposed to be for Fives, so we could get an idea of if they're coming out around the same area. And there it is. So this is why, if you're going to put them on payment plan, whatever, they have to be paid. Again, if you're getting both, they have to be paid beforehand. Here it is. So April 2025 to September 2025. They're both around the same date. So they're most likely going to be released around the same time. And that's why they need to be paid off beforehand, because it's going to be almost $600 for both of them. So yeah, guys, let me see what you guys are saying. What do you guys? Oh, somebody left. Who left? All right, Harold, I'll see you later. Thank you for being here, my friend. So let me know, guys. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this. Is anybody not getting this because of the price and are going to wait to hopefully get them cheaper later, which clearly is not a thing? Let me know what you guys think, and then we're out of here. What's today? Friday. Guys, don't forget, we'll be back Saturday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern. So don't forget, don't be late. Don't be a peasant. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't yet. Suck it up. Pause, no glitch. This guy, unbelievable. So let me know, guys, if you guys are worried about the price, care about the price, and are not getting it for the price. And then we are out. I'm going to wait till my next live. So that means you're not getting these. But I don't know that you're getting a lot of Star Wars. Are you, Jay? I don't think so. Let me focus. Laser focus. All right, so it looks like everybody's getting it. Everybody's getting it. No complaints. No complaints. No complaints one. No complaints going twice. OTSW. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Rex is on sale on Sideshow. Rex is on. Let's see what you talk about. Let's see what you talk about. Rex. He is at $260. No, where's the sale? Captain Rex. Wait, what is this? Oh, that's right. This is the Ahsoka one. Yeah, so $260 for both. And look at this, guys. How crazy is this? I'm just noticing this. You got the Rex that was announced years ago, okay, with a head sculpt at 260, okay? Now you have a Rex at 260, no head sculpt, updated for the same exact price with reused stuff. I'm just noticing this now. So Rex from years ago was 260, and now this is 260 with no head sculpt. So there you go. There's a huge telltale sign on how much the head sculpt increases price. So years ago with a head sculpt was 260, and now with no head sculpt is 260. So there's your inflation, there's everything else. Crazy, right? So pretty much what they're telling you with this is, if this was made today, years ago, it would have been about 220. Insane, right? Insane. So this is what I'm talking about. I always think I'm doing this. So look at this. So we got 260 for the Ahsoka one, and then we have 260 for the Rex with the head sculpt. Remember, this was old. This is old. This is from years ago, at least 3 years ago. Okay, maybe 2, maybe 3. But so crazy, right? And as you can see, he doesn't have much compared to the new one, right? You got hands, you got the gun, you got the jetpack, and you got the visor and the head sculpt. So they limit the amount of accessories that they give you regarding, depending on the head sculpt. So as you can see, the blaster, the 2 little guns, the hands, right? They even split the hands they make it seem like, oh, you're getting so much more, right? You got the grenade, you got the sand base again, and that's it. Everything else they're showing you are the little minor details of the things that they changed, that they updated. So you got here. Oh, there's another thing I just noticed for the Ahsoka one. You got phase 1 and phase 2. So there's the justification of the price, right? By giving you the 2 helmets. So it looks like it's making sense, right? So, but again, I can tell you, a helmet to me will never be the same price as a head sculpt. Period. The head sculpt obviously takes more craftsmanship, takes more, it takes a person to create it. A helmet is strictly a mold. Yes, somebody still had to sculpt it, but I think it's a little bit different. Let me see what you guys are saying, and then we're out of here. And some prequel. Chatter says, oh, I gotcha. So they got 30%. I didn't even know they had a sale on. I gotcha. No, Rex was the daily deal. Yeah. Oh, okay, I see. So Black Panther, wrong. We got Ryan in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Big Dog Pad. Woo! Welcome. Nice to see ya. Thanks, Inar, for the for the price. Do you guys really believe that Inar had to do with Hot Toys prices going up? Let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, everybody's saying hello to Talon. Look at that. Talon's so popular. So yeah, do you guys think that Inar had anything to do with Hot Toys' prices going up? I think to a certain extent. I don't think with every figure, but I think when they make a figure, like for example, I think that the artisan stuff is 100% overpriced because of Inar, and that is the only thing, right? The only thing that I think is overpriced is the artisan, and only because of Inar. That's it. I don't think that Hot Toys has increased their pricing because of Inar overall. No, absolutely not. But that artisan line is very overpriced. Obviously, we know why. But even so, that wool hair doesn't justify, $500 for a figure. Absolutely not. Obviously, we're buying because you either buy or you're going to be the one without it. You'll be the only one without it. And again, not that matters. Not that I didn't get one. Who cares? Who cares, right? Who cares? Who's going to be in your collection going, oh, you don't have it? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Everybody who goes crazy about getting these figures, it's about their own personal, wants and needs for these products. Period. That's it. It's not because, again, and there are some people who just do it for the clout. Oh, look, I got it. And they have to post everywhere and that, right? Which is, again, it's fine. It's you're boasting because you got something that not everybody's going to get, which, again, there's nothing wrong. But obviously not everybody's going to get one, and not everybody who wants one is going to get one, which is that's what sucks the most, right? Obviously, if you really want it and you don't get it from Sideshow, you got to go overpay somewhere else, and it's still a possibility to be able to buy it. But to get it for retail from Sideshow, obviously not everybody's getting that. So that's a huge issue. right? That's a huge issue. Only 2 people said high five. These guys are me. Oh my god. In 100% in our reaction. Yes. So, Jay, do you think everything now is overpriced because of internet, or you think something specific, like I said, like the artisan? The Thor says like a wizard. I said like a wizard. This guy. Crazy, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, like I said, I don't think everything. Definitely the artisan stuff, because again, it's something new, something that Hot Tools wasn't involved in. Something that it was new to them, right? Something that even if you really think about this, I don't know what type of hair Inner is using for their stuff, right? I have no idea. But the fact that Hot Toys constantly announces and throws in there wool hair. I don't know if they're doing that to let us know wool is a great thing to have as a hair, or is just letting you know about, using wool being a good quality thing to be using for these heads. But they always say new wool hair, new wool hair, new wool hair. So I don't know if that's going at Inner in the sense of, all right, well, we're using wool hair. What are you using? You know what I mean? So even with that, right? Again, I don't know. But even with that, I'm going to assume that by them constantly throwing the word wool around, it's for a reason. And it's to let us know what we're using with this hair is better quality than what Inert is using, which, again, I haven't seen Inert mention what type of hair they use, because I don't read their stuff. But even so, I would think that I would have heard by now that they're using, whatever type of material for that hair. Are they using wool? Does anybody know what type of hair they're using? Because I don't know. So if you do know what type of hair they're using for those Inner collectors, especially you, Brad, let us know what type of hair it is, what type of material the hair is. Because again, the fact that they keep saying wool, it means something. Or else they wouldn't bring it up. They would just say rooted hair. That's it. Hot Toys raise prices and third party follow suit, all from Inart, and overall price hikes with world market instability these days. You really think so? I think the third party stuff and everything else, I think, has to do more with inflation than Inart. I don't think Inart is that influential. I don't think Inart is influential at all with anybody. Like I said, when it came to Hot Toys, it was strictly the hair, the rooting thing, because of the fact that Hot Toys wasn't involved in it. Nobody told them about it. Nobody thought it was a good idea to do it. Inart decides to do it first. They see the hype that it created. Hot Toys said, let's get into this too. So I don't think it has to do with influence. I don't think this one company, this one peasant company at that, came out of nowhere and all of a sudden this is our standard. Because if that were the case, then we would be paying for any standard Hot Toys figure at the moment $800, because guess what? J&D is pricing their shit at $2,000. So it's not influential that way. I can tell you, Hot Toys came in and stole the rooting, idea from them, because they figured, hey, why the hell not? And obviously they're in the game of, if you didn't trademark your rooting hair, right, which I don't think you can, unless you use something specific, something that nobody else could touch, right? If you have your if you trademark the product that you're using, right? If you have your patent that nobody could touch your stuff, right? If your stuff was patented, then there you go. Nobody could be on your level. Nobody could do what you do. But all this stuff is very mainstream. A lot of the stuff that they use, every other company uses. So therefore, that's why I think that's why it has to happen that way, So I don't think, again, J&D came in at $2,000 and nobody flinched. So I don't think it's that. I don't think Inart came in and said, oh, hey, absolutely not. Yes, they had to come out more pricey because, to them, and to be able to give us that illusion of you're getting something more premium than Hot Toys. This is why we're going to overcharge you because of the rooted hair, period. They never boasted on what type of material hair they were using. At least for the Joker, as far as I remember the whole selling point on this was Viper, right? Was, oh, Viper's overseeing the project. Viper's overseeing the project. Still, we didn't know what the rooting, what the actual hair was going to be made with, what the material was going to be. None of that, right? So again, I don't think it has to do with Inner came in and everybody raised their prices. Absolutely not. But they did create I'm not gonna say they created an earthquake, but they definitely created a reaction, right? A reaction to what was going on at the time in the market. Lots of factors, but Inart showed that people will pay. That happened, yes, absolutely. And again, people were willing to pay more for something that was updated, right? Because it's not better than Hot Toys, but it was updated than Hot Toys because of the rooting, and that was the only angle they had on Hot Toys, period. So that's why you can justify the price hike on those figures, because it was supposed to be something different, something that Hot Toys wasn't doing at the time. Even though, you know, Gamora has, you know, doll hair. We had other, Scarlet Witch, Wanda with all these doll hair, heads. They just didn't get into the actual, you know, let's make it nice, let's style the hair, blah, blah, blah. So that's the difference to me, right? That Inner came in doing something that Hot Toys wasn't bothering with, and they said, well, we're the only ones doing it. We are able to charge for this, and people were paying it, and that's what ruined everything. But again, there's nothing wrong with what they were paying because of the fact that it was something new, right? Something that Hot Toys wasn't doing. Now that Hot Toys is doing it, they're that much more expensive. So that's what I think happened, right? I don't think they came in and everybody, oh, look, Inner, let's everybody go up. I don't think so. They're not that influential at all. Black Panther says Wizard Juice, Glizzy Juice, same thing. Inner has a lot of work to do with their figures. Lots of small rotating problems. Absolutely. And again, you guys will continue to pay for all that garbage. And what's going to happen is nothing. Nothing will change. The QC problems are going to stay. They're still staying. They're still happening. And you peasants are still buying that garbage. It is what it is. What are you going to do? Inflation, absolutely. That's my first and foremost is the inflation. Inflation definitely a factor for the price going up. Completely agree. But it definitely said the market showing that people will. No, yes. I'm not saying that didn't happen. Absolutely happened. But again, it happened because there was a different product on the market, right? It wasn't like Hot Toys was making regular head sculpts and then Inner came in with a regular head sculpt at more money. No. Their niche was that rooting thing. So they had to come in with a higher price. I don't think it's better than Hot Toys. I don't think those bodies are better than Hot Toys. I don't think anything about those figures are better than Hot Toys. But that technique of rooting the heads was new and different and appealing to the people who were, you know, willing to pay for that price. Inner's not innovating, but they did show that there's a mark. Exactly. Correct. Absolutely. Well, there you go. J&D went full. Thank you. So it had nothing to do with that because I can tell you, guess what? People are buying the J&D stuff. People are buying that $2,000 Joker. People are buying that Batman Bat Armory thing. People are buying those $2,000 things, or else he wouldn't be selling at $2,000. I don't know how many people are buying that, but you better believe people are buying that. Right? So because people are buying, does that mean that automatically Hot Toys is going to go, hey, well, people are buying $2,000 figures. We got to fucking start trying, start charging $2,000 per piece. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. So that's what I mean. I'm not saying that you're wrong about, the way you're thinking about that, but I, personally don't think that Inner came in and everybody's all of a sudden, all right, Inner came in, let's go. No, never. Again, they're not influential to that extent, especially being a brand new company that just came out of nowhere to come influence Hot Toys. Absolutely not. Big Doe says price will never go down. All we can do is pray our salaries catch up. Exactly. Correct. And obviously our salaries don't go up. I can't wait to get my Harry Potter figure without my owl.
How dare you?
Put that out into the universe, my friend, because then everybody's going to be missing their owl. Oh man, J&D Studios are bust. Exactly. It's crazy. Who's buying it? P3P. Well, that's the thing. Exactly. Somebody's buying it. Somebody. But somebody's spending $2,000 on a 6-scale figure. Right? That's the point. So somebody's buying that. So why is it every company all of a sudden third party should be at $800, Hot Toys should be at $1,500, Inner should be at $1,800, and obviously J&D at $2,000. That'll never happen. Nefty Fabs, you think Hot Toys is threatened by Inner? I'm looking. This guy, imagine. Oh my God. It's a done deal getting both. Yep. There you go. All right, guys. Well, like I said, be here tomorrow. It's going to be a fun show. We have a full panel tomorrow. So make sure you're here. Like I said, 8:45 Eastern Standard. Tomorrow, Saturday. We'll see you guys later. And as always, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.